Hello and welcome to Tech Tide Conversations. I'm Sharjeel Shahed. Today I'm joined by Dr. Aisha Khan, a specialist in applied AI systems and LLM agents. Hello, Aisha. Great to have you here.
Thanks, Sharjeel. Excited to dive into this topic with you.
In this episode, we explore a compelling theme: agents and autonomy, how large language models are becoming digital workers. We'll discuss what this means, why it matters for IT and business, how the technology works under the hood, and what you should watch out for. Let's get started. Aisha, to begin, many people recognize large language models as chatbots or text generators, but you've described a shift to agentic systems. How would you define a LLM agent or a digital worker in simple terms?
Absolutely. At its core, an LLM agent is a system built on a large language model that doesn't just react to a prompt, but acts. It perceives input, plans a multi-step workflow, uses tools or APIs, possibly monitors outcomes, and completes a goal. In other words, rather than you asking, "Give me a summary," you might tell the agent, "Here's raw data. Extract insights, draft a report, and send it to the team." The model orchestrates steps, tool uses, and decision points, becoming, in effect, a digital worker.
That's a helpful framing. So the agent goes beyond input, right pointing arrow, output, into something like goal, right pointing arrow, workflow, right pointing arrow, completion. And the underlying architecture will include things like memory, tool invocation, and monitoring?
Exactly. The architecture typically includes modules for perception, ingesting data, reasoning and planning, deciding steps, execution, calling tools and APIs, and feedback and memory, remembering what was done, adjusting for errors. This is the frontier of agentic AI.
From an IT and business perspective, why is this shift important? What changes for practitioners like us?
There's several reasons. Automation depth. Agents can carry out sequences of steps, not just one response. That means complex workflows like ingest data, clean it, summarize, alert stakeholders.
Scalability and cost efficiency. Digital workers scale. Once built, they don't stop after one task. For enterprises, this opens productivity gains. New engineering demands. For you in IT, the stack now involves orchestration, monitoring, tool integration, memory management, error handling. It's no longer just a UI plus model call. Skills and roles shift. Your role might move from integrate the model to design the agent workflow, govern the agent, monitor outcomes, and align behavior. That's a different skill set.
Very true. And given your background in market intelligence analytics, you must be thinking about domain-specific use cases.
Yes. When you apply agents in a domain like patent analysis, you might ask the agent to fetch latest filings, extract CPC codes, map geographies, summarize competitor activity, draft a slide deck. That sort of end-to-end digital worker is very powerful.
Of course, this sounds promising, but what are the key risks or challenges? What should listeners watch out for?
Here are some big ones. Reliability and trust. Agents must reliably carry out tasks. If they make wrong decisions or drift over time, you risk errors. Memory and feedback loops. Digital workers must remember context, learn from mistakes, avoid repeating them. This is still an engineering challenge. Governance, alignment, and oversight. Autonomy means less human in loop by default, but you need constraints, audit logs, human review. Without that, you may face unintended actions. Workforce and ethical impact. As agents take over tasks, companies must think about workforce shifts, job redesign, and transparency.
Thanks for that cautionary note. It's a reminder that new tech brings new responsibilities. As we finish, for our listeners who are IT professionals building with LLMs, what actionable steps would you recommend to start exploring the digital worker paradigm?
Here are a few practical
Pick a defined task you know well. For example, extract patent summaries, generate alerts, update a dashboard, and experiment building a small agent for that workflow. Methodical, design the workflow. Think perceive, right-pointing arrow, plan, right-pointing arrow, act, right-pointing arrow, feedback. Don't just call the model, define steps, tools, memory.
Measurement, build logging, and evaluation. Measure not just model outputs, but outcomes of actions. Did the agent finish the task correctly? Did it need human correction? Stay current. Read recent papers and survey architectures on agentic systems. This is rapidly evolving.
Fantastic. Dr. Khan, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. For our listeners, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode of Tech Tide Conversations, please subscribe and drop a note. We'd love to hear your agent use case experiments. Until next time, I'm Sharjeel Shahid. Stay curious and keep building.
Thanks, Sharjeel. Great to be here.